Zelda 2 and the North American Super Mario Bros. 2 often get a bad rap since they're so different from their respective originals, introducing new gameplay mechanics and perspectives with various results. But even though those were both pretty major departures from what fans were expecting, they're still undeniably decent games, and maybe even thoroughly enjoyable for some, myself included. Another infamous NES sequel in the same vein is Castlevania II: Simon's Quest, which continues the whip-cracking adventures of Simon Belmont in his recurring battles against the Prince of Darkness, Count Dracula. Its original release was surrounded by tons of hype, as we even saw a controversial and grisly cover of Nintendo Power featuring Dracula's decapitated head. But looking at this game in retrospect tends to get some people a bit angry. And if you start playing it for yourself, you can quickly see why. What a horrible night to have to grind zombies for hearts so I can buy some weird item that some guy in town told me to buy in a really cryptic way, just so I can go to some mansion and fall through a fake floor. Oh well, but before we get to those issues, Simon's Quest still deserves a bit of credit, mostly for introducing a few elements that would actually become standards for later games in the series, starting with the phenomenal Symphony of the Night. Castlevania II takes a non-linear exploration approach as you embark on a quest for collecting Dracula's body parts, and you'll traverse the landscape to reach various towns and mansions. Some RPG elements are introduced as well, such as talking to townspeople, buying items, gaining experience points, upgrading your equipment, and even the passage of time from day to night. So it seems like a cool idea and all, but there are some major frustrations you'll run into not long into your quest. First of all, the clues are very cryptic, sometimes even downright false, so without any kind of guide or walkthrough, you could quite possibly go insane. Then if you figure out where to go next and what item you need, you'll have to grind mobs of the undead and collect their dropped hearts, which is now the currency in this place. It's very tedious and time consuming, and if you happen to run out of lives, you'll lose all your cash and experience. Okay, so maybe you've got your white crystal and your holy water and your oak stake, and you're ready to get your first piece of drac. And then you start falling through the floor. There are fake blocks abound in this game, and you'll have to take some pretty annoying measures to avoid them. There are also plenty of ridiculous puzzles like summoning the infamous cyclone, and there's some horrible hint books that seem to be lost in translation. And of course, cheap deaths all over the place. All of a sudden, collecting Dracula's 5 body parts just so that you can trudge your way through his completely empty castle and then take part in what might be the easiest boss battle in all of Castlevania history, it just doesn't seem like it's worth the time when you could be playing a good Castlevania instead. For its time, Simon's Quest was very ambitious and very noteworthy as a blueprint for the Metroidvania games to follow suit, but playing through it now is like an exercise in medieval torture. Oh well, at least now I process a rib.